La Bamba. Not gonna lie, they got a couple guys on there. One particularly, the guy's special. He's like a walk-on-water type of, I think the name fits the way his style of play. Like he can really dance and score and get some buckets. So that was an exciting game to watch and, try to defend because he was tough. I'm not gonna lie. Out of breath that game, for sure.
So coming into game 6 against La Bamba, we knew that they were undefeated up to this point. So coming into this game, they were 5-0. We were 4-1. Really, since the Metro game in game 4, everyone, I think, on our team had La Bamba kind of marked on their calendars. Coming into games, we really had no way to know how good a team was except for their record. And sometimes it's possible that a record could be deceiving. There's no way to know that for sure. And so, all we had to go on was their 5-0 record. And especially since we had already taken a loss, I think we all just really wanted to make a statement and also be able to deliver this team their first loss. So we were all just ready to go, ready to fight for it. So I know a couple of the guys on the team, but I didn't know everyone. And dude in the Knicks jersey, number 11, I don't know him. Roy does, said that he's, a decent player, not even decent, solid player, good player. I want to say Jeremy may have also have known him. Jeremy said he knew someone off the team. I don't know who, he didn't specify. But yeah, dude in the Knicks jersey, he had 35, I want to say, in a previous game. And so for us, that's just like, hey, this dude can hoop. Like, this could be a big reason that they're 5-0 right now. Dude in the LeBron jersey, he could also hoop. He was a shooter for sure. So just, by the eye test, they were the 2 best players on that team. So for me personally, I definitely wanted to kind of test myself and see how I would compare to one or both of them. Early in the game, I didn't remember who it was that had scored 35 in the game prior. I thought it was someone else on the team that I ended up guarding for the first half or so. But then in the second half, I ended up getting to match up with the dude in the Knicks jersey.
And as far as that win, how do you think what did that do for us, our mentality, and just kind of the group as a whole? How did that affect us going forward?
I think that game really boosted our chemistry because we got to see somebody who can really play basketball with high IQ, great athleticism, nice moves. So we were able to, communicate way better just defensively to actually make certain adjustments throughout the game. So that definitely kept us afloat throughout the season after that game.
All in all, how do you think the chemistry of the team is coming along now that we had everyone there for a couple games? Joe was back at this point. So it's kind of, what were your thoughts on the chemistry?
Chemistry was great. I don't recall if that was the game Joe hurt his hamstring. I want to say it was probably the next game because he started to slow down, which Joe's a runner. When he first started running, it's easy to run. Brandon moves, he gets up and down the floor. Joe moves, he gets up and down the floor. Our chemistry in just a few short games actually started to come together and gel. And we were doing really good.
So in game 5, in the game prior, I think we played our best defense so far in the season. We were picking up full court, we were speeding the other team up, we had good traps going at half court. It felt like it didn't feel like we were at our peak potentially, like potential-wise, but it felt like we had improved, tenfold from the game against Metro or even games prior. Part of it, I think, was, not just me, but just everyone picking up full court or trapping at half court. I think applying pressure farther up the court was helping. But I think Tony also coming in was a big part of that. And then taking the loss to Metro. I think all of those things really culminated to help propel our defense to where it was for Game 5. So then coming out of Game 5, obviously we got the win and we were playing the worst team in the league. So naturally it's like you can kind of discredit the defense because it's like, oh, well, that was the worst team. Of course you were going to have good defense. So then with Game 6 now, where we're actually playing a team that has a great record, that they obviously have people who know how to play basketball and they play well. To see our defense going up against that and then seeing how well we played that was something that I was personally just really happy to see. That it's like, okay, we're not just a team that's going to play defense against teams worse than us. No, we're going to play this exact same defense, if not, arguably better defense against even better teams. We're going to rise that level of competition, even surpass that. And so I thought our defense was really good. Everyone was communicating. It wasn't just me. There was multiple guys on the team that were picking up full court, putting pressure at half court. Because we kind of knew who their best players were, we were giving them a lot of attention, and we were making their life very difficult in this game. And so, yeah, I think the defense was great. Definitely the best defense we've played so far. And I think we can continue to get better, because I think that if we can be a little bit more unified in the pressure, the full court and the half court pressure, and then just be a little bit in better coordination and unison with the traps, I think we could definitely take our defense to another level in those situations and those aspects.
Into it, they were undefeated, so they were 5-0.
Yeah.
Were you aware that they were undefeated when we matched up?
I had no idea until it was mentioned to me by you, I think, about the second half. So they're undefeated. I didn't believe it at first, and then once I seen the dude, I was like, yeah, I could see. But 5 games just being the main guy, that gets exhausted. So eventually it was gonna crash, and I knew that it was gonna crash when he played us.
Going in that one, they were undefeated at the time.
The time, yeah.
Did you know that, and did that kind of affect your mindset going into that game?
Yes, it did, because the other team we played that was undefeated was Metro. And of course they beat us. So knowing that I believe we were the best team in the league, I didn't want to lose to another undefeated team. If anything, I wanted to finish the season with just the one loss from Metro. So that game I remember, of course, because Simon, I know Simon, so he's a shooter. We played really solid D on them in the first half. They started to get a little loose in the second half. But the mentality going in was definitely statement game, for sure.
Up until that point, they were also undefeated. They were 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
Were you aware they were 5-0 when we went into that game?
Mm-hmm. I was.
So, did the fact that they were undefeated, did that affect you, and you really wanted to deliver them their first loss?
Yeah, for sure. I was a little nervous. I ain't gonna say that I didn't think we were gonna win, but I felt like it would have been more of a competition because of that winning streak they had. But
So since our loss in Game 4, up until Game 4, both Metro and La Bamba were also undefeated along with us. And so we kind of knew at that point that those were the other 2 teams to watch out for. We took the loss to Metro. For me, it was a little eye-opening, I would say. because I did think we were the better team for sure. But then to know that there was, another team out there of similar caliber was it was something that was kind of in the back of my mind. Kind of for me mentally too. It's like I want to be able to kind of be that guy on the team, the one that hits the clutch shots or whatever. But that's not always how the game goes, and sometimes you just have an off night or whatever the case may be, and you just can't do that. Or, as I think is more appropriate to put it in the case of our team, is that I'm just not needed in that role. Like, I think Brandon is filling that role very well. And so I have the option of I can either let him have that and say, okay, he's doing that really well, so let me find a different role to fill. Or I can try and make it work and force my way into that role too, and most likely cause issues. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to be the case. And so, seeing that he's doing so well, I'm like, let me find a different role for myself. And the role that I've found is defense. I'm not the best defender, but I am, I think, able to use a lot of my conditioning. Like I know how well conditioned I am. I'm able to use that to really help the team in terms of I'm able to pick up full court. I can do that, the whole game. And you may never even realize that I'm any more tired than I would be if I wasn't doing that. So that's been a big thing for me is I've kind of started taking more pride in that of, okay, yeah, like Brandon's he's the guy on the team. He's the one that's making most of our shots. And you got Joe, who's also going to make big shots, and he can go off for 20 a night, at any time. You got Roy, Roy just don't do anything wrong. Roy knows how to do everything well. And so, it's like, we don't need extra scoring. We don't need me trying to chuck shots, especially if it's not falling. It's one thing if it's falling, but if it's not, there's no need for me to force. So for me, it's like, okay, they're all doing their thing really well. Let me do this thing well. Let me play defense hard. Let me pick up full court. It may not show up on a stat sheet, but what's more important to me, a stat sheet or a winning record? It's a winning record. So, that was kind of my mentality coming into this, was I wanted to leave my handprint on the game somewhere. And even if it wasn't with scoring, I just wanted to leave an impact on the game wherever I could find that it fit, and that ended up being defense for me.
When you heard that they were undefeated, did that kind of motivate you more to want to give them their first loss?
I would say it was 50-50 because I knew they were going to lose regardless if I was going to contribute to it or not. It's just because we have one guy, we got multiple players, defensive players at that. I mean, there's only so much you can do if you're getting double teamed and somebody else can't pick up the slack. So he had probably one other guy, but I think one or two other guys, but it just didn't work at that time. So I think we figured it out pretty well early on.
So you had some crazy shots. Did you feel like, were you kind of looking for those shots more? Were you looking for that more? Because you said that you didn't feel like offensively you were there, but you seem to have
Right. Me being I've been a little skeptical about playing offense sometimes, or not playing offense, but going up to score. But being open, and you got to go for it. Take the chance and go for it.